The upcoming horror/comedy Freaks of Nature, formerly known as The Kitchen Sink, has just released its first red band trailer. In Freaks of Nature, we are welcomed to Dillford, where 3 days ago everything was peaceful and business as usual. The vampires were at the top of the social order, the zombies were at the bottom, and the humans were getting along in the middle. But this delicate balance was ripped apart when the alien apocalypse arrived in Dillford and put an end to all the harmony. Now it's humans versus vampires versus zombies in an all-out blood-sucking, brain-eating, vamp-staking Mortal Kombat, and all of them are on the run from the aliens. It is up to 3 teenagers, 1 human, 1 vampire, and 1 zombie, to team up, figure out how to get rid of this interplanetary visitors, and try to restore order to this normal little town. Mark, buy or sell this red band trailer for Freaks of Nature?
I do buy this trailer. It's not a huge buy for me, but I'm intrigued enough by the premise to give it a buy. The trailer made me chuckle a few times. There was one scene in the trailer early on where a guy's getting eaten by 1,000 different things, and I was like, you're trying a little too hard to do the horror comedy thing, but after that, everything else that tried to make me laugh succeeded in it. Plus, you look at all the talent that might just be making cameo appearances, like Odenkirk or Patton Oswalt, but it's enough to get me to want it. It's a fine line between a movie that's a horror comedy and then something that just throws a bunch of famous people in for a couple scenes, like movie 43. I think that this is going to be a fun movie. It's not going to be great, and it's coming out the 30th, which means you're pretty much banking on opening weekend dollars to get this movie sold, because Halloween's the next day, and then after that, you have Bond and Peanuts coming out. So I hope it does well opening weekend. I'll be seeing it based on this trailer.
I am modestly, just ever so barely, going to sell the trailer. I'm actually looking forward to the movie. I think it looks really quite interesting. The whole zombies versus aliens versus humans versus vampires. That actually sounds pretty cool. And I think it's going to be entertaining. The trailer, I did not feel it was cut together well. It felt very disorganized in many ways. And they went too long. I remember that one joke you're talking about the guy being ripped apart by all the zombies. They just sat on that joke long enough. It's almost like, hey guys, this is our joke, but we're gonna stay on it just to make sure you get the joke. Do you get the joke? If they just had that in the trailer where they could just cut to that quick, just as his arm's being pulled off, and he just says, "Oh, that's my bowling arm," and then cut away, that might have been a funny gag in the trailer, but they just went on and on with it. It felt like it was probably only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds, but that's an eternity for telling a joke. And the trailer didn't quite work for me. I'm still looking forward to the movie. I think it's going to be fun, but the trailer itself, I got to give a sell.
I'm going to buy it. The guy that you're talking about is Ian Roberts. He's from the Upright Citizens Brigade, and that's that kind of humor that stems from the Upright Citizens Brigade, that kind of joke where it keeps going. So I think they left that in the trailer to give you the feeling of, oh, that's the kind of humor that's going to be in the rest of the film for the people who like that kind of humor. So to me, them calling it The Kitchen Sink, it makes sense. It feels like everything's kind of smashed in there. Really hard to tell if it's a good movie from the trailer. Love all the people in it. Think they got incredible talent to do cameos. I mean, I love the up and coming Josh Fadem is in there as a zombie. You'll see him in a lot of films coming up.
Really
he's
funny.
a really funny, talented guy. Like I said, I buy it. I don't know if it's going to be a good movie. It's really hard to tell from the trailer. Could just all the jokes fall flat, or it could be the next Shaun of the Dead. It's really hard to tell, but I'll give it a shot.
And what really the big selling point of this trailer to me was the humor. I thought worked for the most part, but also once you have the alien reveal that it's not just zombies versus vampires versus humans. Once you have the alien element to it, it just made it like so over the top and funny to me that I'm like, yeah, I got to see this thing.
Yeah.